I crossed 26 miles of shark-infested ocean, all alone, on my Sea-Doo Explorer Pro, and arrived at Shangri-La. But what I found beneath the surface was something else entirely. An underwater jungle, a rare nighttime encounter with a nocturnal species of shark, and an unforgettable trip. This is Motion Over Medicine. It's the channel dedicated to health, fitness, longevity, and aquatic adventures for folks over 40. Welcome back to Motion Over Medicine with your host, PA Eric. As I've learned in life, it's important to identify your why. Why am I doing the things I'm doing? It's important in staying motivated to rise every morning and continue working and grinding. I don't stay active to prove anything. I do it because it means I get to keep saying yes to experiences like this one. Experiences taught me not only the importance of maintaining your watercraft, but the importance of testing it before embarking on a journey where your life literally depends on its reliability. The week before this adventurous ocean crossing, I had my Sea-Doo fully serviced. Then, I put it through its paces on a much safer pre-trip on the Colorado River. If it's going to fail on me, I'd much rather it happen here than on the Pacific Ocean. Taking a much-needed break from practice, I made the 5-hour drive from my home on the Colorado River to Long Beach, California. The night before crossing the San Pedro Channel, I stay at one of my favorite hotels, the Queen Mary, permanently moored in the port of Long Beach. This is where I always stay the night before I make the trip to one of my favorite scuba diving destinations. My final destination? Majestic Santa Catalina Island, off the coast of California. Not only is it one of the most amazing places on Earth, but I've made decades of wonderful memories here. To me, it's as close to Shangri-La as you'll ever find on Earth. Ultimately, it's the kelp forests and the water surrounding Catalina that keep me returning year after year. With crystal clear waters, unique and amazing wildlife, and an island that caters to the scuba diving community, Catalina is one of the premier locations on the West Coast for those that love to explore the underwater realm. We'll explore Catalina's kelp forest more in episode 3 of this series. Most visitors to the island will take the Catalina Express ferry, with regularly scheduled departures leaving from Long Beach, San Pedro, and Dana Point. The trip takes roughly an hour in a climate-controlled cabin with a food and beverage counter, complete with the fully stocked bar. Several thousand visitors also visit the island each week by cruise ship. Tomorrow, however, I'll be making the 26-mile crossing on my customized Sea-Doo Explorer Pro, specially retrofitted for long-distance and off-the-grid scuba diving adventures like this one. Once I arrive, I'll be spending time exploring Catalina by land and sea, exploring Avalon, Catalina's only town, and introducing friends to the island for the first time. course, spending as much time as I can in the underwater kelp forests. No support boat, no shortcuts, just preparation, adventure, and respect for the Pacific Ocean. I live and practice on the Colorado River because of my love of the water. Scuba diving is physically demanding, and it's my intent to continue exploring the underwater world until the day my body no longer allows me to. That's a big part of my why, and I'll do whatever I can to stay capable of it as long as possible. Tonight, I'm staying at the Queen Mary Hotel, permanently docked at Long Beach Harbor in Southern California. I stay here for convenience and proximity to the island, and because there's no better place to check ocean conditions the morning of my journey. So, the night before I will head out to Catalina, I like to stay on the Queen Mary Hotel, which is located right here in the Long Beach Harbor. Very convenient for my trip. It's about a half a mile south of the South Shore launch ramp. If you've not stayed here before, it's a ship that was built in the 1930s, decommissioned in the 1960s, and then brought here to the Long Beach Harbor, turned into a hotel. If you like historical things the way I do, you'll love it here. It's truly like a night at the museum, taking a step back in time. Your room will have all the original woodwork and fixtures from the 1930s. Pretty cool stuff. What I like is that I can get up early, grab breakfast on the deck, check the ocean conditions out on the harbor, and then head out. Tomorrow morning, with the Pacific Ocean's permission, I'll leave the harbor's breakwater into open ocean towards Catalina Island. Cruising by the Queen Mary as I enter the port is a reminder of how small my watercraft is and a reminder to stay alert. I have to remind myself to enjoy the experience, but stay grounded in my gauges, my training, and my life experience. All right, so it's about 72 degrees outside. The sun is shining. The wind is almost non-existent right now. The ocean report looks good. And I'm gonna head over to Catalina Island, about 26 miles across the ocean. Wish me luck. Once you leave the harbor, there's a moment where land still feels close, but you know it's about to disappear. Just outside the harbor, you come across buoys almost always covered in playful harbor seals. Docile yet wild, I like to spend a while watching them. Experiencing marine wildlife in the wild is a reminder that I'm just a guest out here. The Pacific is home to thousands of species of marine life, not all of them as friendly as these seals. The open ocean humbles everyone equally. You don't fight it, you work with it. After 10 years practicing medicine, I've become truly grateful to still have a functional body. Many of my peers and patients suffer from injuries or chronic pain that would make a journey like this impossible. Somewhere around the halfway point of the crossing, the serenity causes your mind to wander. And it's hard not to think about where I'm actually heading. I first visited Catalina Island the summer of 1995 for my first open water dive, and it was love at first sight. I've returned many times since. To me, arriving in Avalon feels like arriving in another country. Having lived in Europe when I was young, it always reminds me of the seaside town of Portofino, the harbor, the salt air, the homes climbing the hills above the sea. Catalina is part of the Channel Islands, a chain of 8 islands known for rugged landscapes and limited development. But Catalina stands apart, more accessible and more shaped by human vision. For thousands of years, the island was home to the Tongva people, the indigenous people of the Los Angeles Basin and the southern Channel Islands. It was later claimed by Spain in 1542 during the expedition of Juan Rodriguez Cabrillo. In 1602, Sebastian Vizcaino revisited, mapped, and gave the official name of Santa Catalina in honor of Saint Catherine of Alexandria. Early developers dabbled in different industries, including mining, ranching, and tried to turn Catalina into a resort in the late 1800s. Unfortunately, financial setbacks kept it from thriving. In 1915, a fire spread rapidly in the city of Avalon, decimating the city. With high winds and limited firefighting capabilities, over half the city of Avalon was destroyed. This led to the eventual sale of the majority interest in Catalina by the Banning family, leading Catalina into a new era. In 1919, chewing gum magnate William Wrigley Jr. purchased the island and truly believed in it. He invested millions to rebuild Avalon and significantly improved its infrastructure, shaping Catalina into a premier tourist destination. He built the iconic Catalina Casino, not for gambling, but as a grand gathering place, complete with a theater and one of the largest ballrooms in the world. We'll explore the casino more in part 2. To increase access to the masses, he built new steamboat ferries and established routine daily ferry services to and from the island. Wrigley also owned the Chicago Cubs, who held spring training here for decades. Players practicing under palm trees with ocean views from 1921 to 1951. Soon, Hollywood followed. Movie stars, glamour, speedboats, and the early days of scuba diving culture. Today, nearly 90% of Catalina remains protected. Only 4,000 people live on the island, most of them in the island's only town, Avalon, on its southeast coast. It's a rare place where development and preservation somehow coexist. An amazing place to vacation and a family-friendly island that has something for everyone. Clear water, kelp forests, marine life you won't find just anywhere. A true diver's paradise. And with that in mind, it was time to finish the crossing. All right, so we're at about the halfway point. About 13 miles in, 13 miles to go. But all in all, the weather's pretty good, cooperating. Getting a little closer, and we got Catalina on the horizon. Hey, it's Eric with Motion Over Medicine. Just a shout out to the sponsor of today's video. When you're craving food that actually loves you back, there's one place in town that checks every box. Foodie Grill serves fresh, healthy Mediterranean meals that are big on flavor and smart for your waistline. Whether your goal is fat loss, clean calories, or building lean muscle, this is food that fuels results. And don't miss their daily special, a teriyaki bowl for $6.99. Order it without the sauce, and you've got a macro-friendly, protein-packed meal that fits perfectly into a calorie-conscious lifestyle. Locally owned, right here in Bullhead City, and worth choosing every time. Eat better, support local. Foodie Grill, where healthy meets delicious. That's Long Point, the first real sign I was going to make it. In the moment where any tension I felt turned to relief. Then elation. Elation I was finally safely on the coast of Catalina. From here, I turned south and took my time following the island coast into Avalon. Of course, enjoying the sights and people I met along the way. Behold, the beauty of Catalina. Gets me every time. Look at this. Thanks for watching, and check back for part 2 of 3 of my Catalina Island adventure. In part 2, we'll traverse the east coast of Catalina into Avalon, take a golf cart tour of the island, talk about some fun things to do while you're with your family out here, and eat some amazing food. In the meantime, please take the time to subscribe, like, and share so I can continue sharing my amazing experiences with you.